Being a senior in high school and getting your first ever Section 3 Class B champion title was pretty big news. All we had to do now was practice for 1 week before our state regional game was to take place. I was the #1 defender and I was at the top of my game. Nothing could get by me and nothing could stop me. So the night before our game, when we went to go for a practice scrimmage, a girl shot the ball hoping for a goal, but the ball hit my foot instead. The bone had broken in half and lodged into a tendon. As an athlete, nothing is worse than hearing that you had broke a bone, especially in your foot. I was devastated. Not only could I not play in my first ever state's regional game, but that I had to watch my team play from the sidelines. Knowing I couldn't be out there helping them was worse than breaking my foot. With me being out and us having to change our whole lineup, we were unprepared and the opposing team got the best of us. The news articles were written about the big upset and the only thing we could do was move on. After the game came the sitting around, getting bored, cast signing, and doctor's appointments where my next hardest question was what color cast was I going to wear for the next month. For the first month I chose green, second month I chose orange, third month I chose black, and then, after being in 3 casts for 3 whole months, I finally got the taste of freedom. So like any athlete, I went back to the field to play my first game back, but there was one problem. I couldn't run. The doctor said the bone never healed and the only option was surgery, so after being on bed rest for 2 whole weeks, they finally put me in my 4th cast, and this time I chose blue. Lastly, hoping to end the cycle of casts, I chose green. Surprisingly, things got better. I signed my letter of intent to attend Mercy College for field hockey and lacrosse. And a few weeks after that, I finally got what was thought to be my last cast ever off. Unfortunately, my leg wasn't looking so hot, so for extra support, and since I haven't walked on my foot in 6 months, they put me in a big, heavy walking boot. Then came the many months of physical therapy, where all I got was pain, torture, and more pain. Then came high school lacrosse season. Even though I was still in the boot, I was still part of the team. I spent most of the season sitting in the trainer's room and sitting on the sidelines. But then, finally, I worked hard enough to get to play in my last 4 games. I was ready to go. Only 4 more games and then I would transition my life into being on my first ever college sports team. But then as if you didn't see it coming, it happened again. I was out for another 2 whole months.